best budget phone out this year.
CMF Phone 2 Pro. Search now on Flipkart.
Well done, Hong Kong. 143 is more than respectable for a team that has never won in the Asia Cup, for a team that's playing against a full member nation. And Bangladesh, while they did all right, we'll be wondering how they've let Hong Kong get 140 plus here. They'd still back themselves to chase it, but it makes for a fun halftime chat in this first Asia Cup game for Liton Dash's side. On CMF by Nothing presents ESPN looking for Timeout. Wasim Jaffer is still with us. Yash will break down what I'm sure might be quite some achievements and records. I was just asking you before we came live, where does 143 stand in terms of their higher scores or high scores against full member sides?
Only thrice in Hong Kong's T20I history have they posted higher totals against full member teams, and they've only missed their third spot. 144 against Zimbabwe in 2016, there's 153 against Ireland in 2019, and 152 versus India. So if you're really talking about the regular teams, the mightier teams,
right,
there's only that one entry against India which comes higher. And I heard a point on the broadcast that this is only, I think in the last 11 years, they have only played 16 or 17 T20Is against test playing nations. So it is a formidable effort, and let us also congratulate Mr. Jaffer, who has come here with a bang. 140 was his prediction, 143 it finishes.
Yes, I think they'll be happy. They'll be happy. I mean, they started slowly, which is expected, but I think they picked it up post 10 over mark, and then I think Yasim Murtaza came and he upped the ante and played some good shots. Had he been there till the end, I think they would have probably got 10-15 more, I will believe, but they'll be happy going into that break.
Yeah, I think two parts to this innings. The first 8 overs, 45 for 2. One batter in particular was really struggling because Zishan Ali, the opener, was on 8 of 22 at that time. He kicked on a little, went at more than 200 for the remaining 12 balls. But then, as Wasim points out, Yasim Murtaza with that cameo, he promoted himself, did the skipper, he'd batted number 7 in the game against Afghanistan, came up to number 5, started getting some boundaries. Hong Kong for the first time had a run of overs where they were consistently getting 7s, 8s, a few 10s over there.
Sure.
And I'm almost inclined to think when that run out happened, was it the more prudent move for Nizakat Khan to have perhaps sacrificed his wicket?
Yeah, I mean, again, thoda schoolboyish error, I would say. Ball watching rather than watching your partner. He should have sacrificed his wicket for a guy who's hitting so well. But again, these things happen. But I think, like I said, they'll be happy. Had it been 150, 155, you never know, they could make a game out of it.
Yeah, this would be or could be, if you were coaching a team like Hong Kong, and when you come up against a high ranked team, it could go all so horribly wrong. Like the UAE, we almost saw, and I think we discussed this with Sanjay Bangar also there, that it looked like Lalchand Rajput had given them that take the game on, take India on, because almost all 6 or 7 of those wickets were all trying to boss the Indian bowling. This seems like the more prudent way to build an innings. One guy will probably get you a quick fire 20-30, and 2 guys, if they can get you a runner ball 30 and a 40 like we saw in today's innings, that might be the better way to construct an innings and give yourself a chance when you're a team like Hong Kong.
I think so. I think like we spoke in the first half that you need to approach it like you want to score 140, 135. Yes. So that's the way to approach it, and then eventually you will get higher rather than looking to get 160, 170 or even more, and then end up getting 100 or below 100. So I think that was a good approach. They kept the wickets in hand. Even they tried hitting out of their way in the power play, but the ball was just not going through to that thick outfield. But I think they found their way, like you said, after 8 overs. It was a different ball game as soon as Yasim Murtaza came in.
And around that approach and the mindset of looking for a 140 and not going too ambitious, that is what, if you look at traditionally when upsets happen in this format, when an associate beats a full member, it's primarily one of 2 scenarios. Either you bowl first and that full member team has a bad batting outing and you stifle them to a 120, 130 and you chase it down because it's a manageable target, or you get one of these totals and put yourselves in a position to defend it.
I'm just trying to think, did Bangladesh actually bowl poorly? It just also seemed like there were a lot of mishits, lots of balls that were hit in the air that just somehow didn't carry. It's not like, even though Taskin has gone at 9.5, and I wonder how you look at Bangladesh's overall bowling effort here.
Yeah, I think they bowled well, at least at the start. The approach changed from the batter also after the power play. They came after the bowling. But I feel a little bit surprised the way Litton, used his bowlers, having only 5 bowlers, and then you bowl 19th over to Rishad, bowl Taskin in the 20th over. Is he going to go that way against stronger teams? I'm surprised Mustafiz didn't bowl in the end. Even Tanzim, he bowled 4 really good overs. He didn't save even 1 over of his.
Yeah.
So is he the template he is going to play against stronger teams? So I'll be surprised, against the stronger teams. That's a little strange tactics in my opinion.
Yeah, we were having that chat, weren't we, during the innings, that it does feel like this was part of an experiment without any disrespect to the opponent, because if you look at Bangladesh when they've been playing bilaterals at last year's World Cup, in this set of bowlers, it is Tanzim and Mustafizur who bowl the death overs. Today we've seen Tanzim bowled out much before the death came in, so I wonder if they're just trying other combinations.
I'm not sure it could be an experiment, because this game is important to Bangladesh. We've spoken of this being the group of death, that a win is a given for Bangladesh as far as expectations go, but they need to win big to make sure net run rate, if it comes down to that between Afghanistan and Sri Lanka, that they get an advantage. Afghanistan have already posted a big win in their opening game. So let's try and understand why Litton Das used the bowlers in the way that he did. Did he also perhaps get a little bit almost irritated or impatient that the wickets aren't falling in clusters? They're managing to go at 5 and 6 with the odd boundary, and every over there were about 2 that are not carrying. Did you sense that perhaps the captain was a bit annoyed at how the game wasn't moving more firmly towards Bangladesh?
Maybe, but I think the run rate was manageable.
Yeah.
Even though he wasn't picking wickets, but the overs were not going 10 plus. So I mean, in that sense, it looked like a very strange tactics. When somebody is bowling well, you always hold up 1 over of his and Mustafiz because they could stop the run rate. And especially the 19 overs against Oman is fine, but against a stronger teams, it worked today, but it's not going to work if you're playing better teams.
I think there's a lot to like about Tanzim Hasan Sakib. I think standout bowler here, bowled a maiden in that as well, and this just carries on now. The opposition isn't necessarily one that will challenge him, but you can see skills over here that make you feel like this guy could trouble a number of teams and has in the past. What did you make of Tanzim?
I think he bowls that heavy ball. He feels like he's 130, 135, but it comes onto the bat nicely. He's had some really good games. I remember against India also, he troubled Indian batters. Today also when he got Babar Hayat, completely outfoxed him, swung the ball, bowled good lengths. Some balls also carried to the keeper, head high. So a lot to like about him, and he's a genuine wicket taker as well. He bowls at hard length, which is not easier to hit in this format.
Power play wickets, that is... I thought when querying it that he probably won't be that high up, because you look at Tanzim and we've spoken how he's used more at the death, but actually there are only 9 full member bowlers who have more power play wickets in men's T20Is than Tanzim since the start of last year. 14 wickets now in about 35 overs that he's bowled, and just a lot of energy. Also doesn't mind... he's one of those bowlers who gets offended when batters try to attack him. There were 1 or 2 times when some of the Hong Kong batters, when they missed an attempt at a shot, it was followed by long follow through and verbals.
Verdict on the surface and conditions?
I think at the start it looked like it just stopped a little bit. Batting wasn't that easy at the start, but as the game progressed, the batters showed a bit more intent. I think it got a little bit better. That's what you expect, especially with so much sweat, so much heat. The ball sticking a little bit, and Bangladesh in that period I thought bowled really well. But the pitch did get better, and I think in the second half you will see even better.
In which case Bangladesh should tell themselves, this is going to be there. This is there for the taking, but it's a 140. It's not a 100 or 90 where you can blaze away. You can still bat the same way and try and get these runs down. Is that how you see this? We've spoken about Bangladesh's new approach and their improved 6 hitting ability. Would you say that that's how they should approach this chase? Or is it a little bit about, let's just watch a couple of overs over here, we are chasing 140?
I think knowing their openers, I think they're going to try and blaze away in the power play. But after the power play, their spinners come into play. I think Yasim Murtaza is a fantastic bowler. He's going to use his experience. He's very hard to get away. So they don't want to lose couple of wickets in the power play and find themselves in the place where the games. I'm sure it's not going to happen that way.
You know what? I'm just thinking there is scope for something funny in this innings because, as you mentioned,
It depends on what you find funny.
I mean, an upset. Let me be clear.
There are
about
quite
the
a few
definition.
Bangladeshi fans and viewers sending in comments, so I don't know if they'll see the funny side in that, but all yours, Yash.
My reasoning behind that, without any disrespect to all our lovely Bangladesh fans, is you mentioned the openers and how they bat only one way.
Yeah.
You lose wickets early. This is that range of chase which can very easily get tricky. 140 seems okay. If you are 20 for 2 and 4, all of a sudden by the time you reach the 7th, 8th over, you're talking 9s. And also some amount of the pressure Bangladesh will feel about what you brought up, the net run rate. Afghanistan sitting on 4.7. Bangladesh play Sri Lanka next, and then they play Afghanistan. So
I guess, is it fair to say that right now, if you were the Bangladesh coach, you're not worried about net run rate? Would you be at all sort of thinking about that, telling the batters, let's get these quickly?
No, I'll tell them to just win the game. If we get to that stage where you can force, early finish, you try that, but not from the start.
Yeah, I think what we saw from Hong Kong also was if they can just sharpen their choice of bowlers.
yeah.
Spinners went at about 6s or 6.5 in the last game. Seamers were very expensive. Is there enough for the spinners here to try and sort of choke the game or squeeze the game? What kind of chance do you give Hong Kong if they are to really push Bangladesh? What's their best chance over here?
I think they'll be forced to bowl, seamers at least few overs in the power play. But after that, you feel that after power play, if the game's not gone out of their hand, the spinners to squeeze the game a little bit. It's still a big boundaries. Wind will play its part. And Yasim, I like Yasim Murtaza. So his overs are going to be very, very crucial. But you still feel fancy that this is Bangladesh game.
Yeah.
All the three spinners that they do have, Yasim Murtaza, as Kinchit Shah, and Ehsan Khan, all three of them are more containing type spinners. It's not like you have a wrist spinner in the mix who will bowl
they
those
barely turn the
attacking
ball
balls.
actually.
It's all containing.
They're accurate.
Yeah. So this could be tough.
Okay, surely though. Bangladesh to just get these and pick your batters to watch out for. Is it the openers? Is it Liton Das at 3? Who do you sense is going to take this game home for Bangladesh?
Yeah, I feel the openers obviously Tanzim and Imon, them to have a good start. Liton obviously is in good form, captain. He's somebody who can play both the games. And then Tawhid Rida as well. I had a lot to like about him as well. He's very small, but he's very sweet striker of the ball. I mean, they've got the batting. Hope they get the job done for them.
Okay, prediction, Mr. Jaffer, you were very good in the first innings, 135. So you're within the margin of perfection. So let's get an accurate prediction from you. Bangladesh to win, I'm guessing?
Bangladesh to win in 17 or 18th over.
17 or 8. An easy win, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Not like 6, 7, 8 down or any of that. Not 7, 8 wickets down.
No, 4 down, I would
4
say.
down. All right, that's a pretty easy win. Yeah. Love to go at 10s maybe and try and get that net run rate up, but they'll take the win. Mr. Jha, what do you sense?
I'm backing our first close finish of the tournament, where Bangladesh do manage to have their stutters in the chase, and there's a bit of a chokehold from those finger spinners. The upset won't happen, but
They'll come awfully
19th,
close.
maybe 20th over.
It's one of those that I think was the Nepal game in the T20 World
Yes,
Cup,
South
wasn't it?
Africa.
One of those low-scoring thrillers. Right. I'm just going to go with Bangladesh absolutely smashing this. They've got to. And
Good
I think
range.
they'll show them. So I am going in between overs 11 and 12 just to wrap it up. Smash it, maybe even faster. Thank you very much to Wasim Jaffer as well as Yash Jha. And why don't you join us, as I know the Bangladesh fans love to, for the post-match chat where we'll get to watch the Bangladesh batters. Hopefully they can take the game on, and we'll invite your questions and try and discuss your comments as well on CMF by Nothing presents ESPN Cricket for Timeout. See you then.
Best budget thrown out this year.
CMF Phone 2 Pro. Search now on Flipkart.